I think we started the game quite well, created some good openings. Fortunate to get that first goal, which I think opened the game up a little bit for us. Then they started to have a bit of a high line, which we managed to use the space behind them quite better. I think Tesh was on top, Ike was on top, Lucas also. But I must give credit to Thapelo Mrena for always being a threat behind the defense of the opponents and also helping us to create some scoring opportunities. I think the first half was the summer of the game, and the second half was, though we started quite well, but I think after making a lot of changes, which were informed by many reasons, I think we lost momentum, we lost balance, which is expected sometimes when you make too many changes to your key players. But overall, I was happy with how the team played, and happy with the number of chances again that we did not score. But a little bit excited that there is a big improvement in terms of the number of shots on target, because that's one area where sometimes we would create 24 chances only to find that we are even less than 5 shots on target. And now that is improving, which means our complementary sessions are also helping us in that space. But we still have a lot of work to do in making sure that we keep the balance and maintain the same intensity throughout the match. But I was quite pleased with how we started the match.
On the floor, please do introduce yourself.
Coach, from Times Life. That goal there at the end must be bittersweet.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you have lost the match by conceding a goal after the goalkeeper has saved you from the penalty spot, and you concede such a stupid goal. Even the penalty itself, I think it was a little bit reckless and unnecessary in my opinion, because we still had cover and we could have still maybe defended the situation better. But these things happen in football. But you are right, that goal does not taste well. It leaves a very sour taste of the match.
Coach Nebu Kwaza from Southampton. You made 11 changes from the team that beat Swallows at the weekend. Does this give you sort of selecting a dig ahead of the big game, especially against Chiefs at the weekend?
No, I don't think it gives us that much of a headache, if I can be honest. But obviously, it's interesting when you've got a lot of players that pitch up and show you that they really want to be part of this. And it's really encouraging, the level of teamwork that I see from the group, the leadership that Ronwin, Shika, and all the senior guys are giving to the team. It is pleasing to see the team spirit. The group is looking good, and the challenges of team selection will always be there at Sundowns. Be it we did not make changes, you still have, when you play the 11, you still have maybe another 20-something that is saying, why not us? So that challenge will always be there. But it's a good challenge when the team and the rotation still give you the results. That's the most encouraging.
Coach Ernest from Kickoff. The departure of Siphombule took many of us by surprise, Coach. Do you think it's a good move for him to get game time at Sekhukhune United? And then also, just to clear the air regarding Mazeri, is he still part of the Sundowns squad for this season?
Sometimes it surprises me when journalists don't know the news. You know, I get worried. Nasir is not at Sundowns at the moment, and I think he's at SuperSport. I thought you should know that. Siphombule's departure, I think it's good for the boy, because I like him a lot, and I believe he's got so much that he can give us. I think it will be very good for him to taste another environment, and he still has a chance to come back to the club and help us, because we were struggling a lot of things in terms of his physical condition, because when you are not playing regularly, you are always bound to either gain weight and have this issue and that issue. Then you are given a chance, you get injured because your physical condition, maybe you are not getting as many games as we would have loved. But I still see him coming back to Sundowns and claiming a place in this team. I think it will help him if he could manage to play regularly for Sekhukhune. I think we will benefit as a club, and he will also benefit because I believe he can help us towards the end, maybe even going further in his career, because he's a very good football player.
Evening, Coach.
Sure, my brother.
Coach, how do you keep Peter Shalulile confidence? You said a run of games where things are just not clicking for him. How do you keep him confident to say, Peter, you're still the guy who's 10 goals away from scoring 100 goals for Sundowns, 23 away from being the all-time leading scorer in the PSL? How do you, maybe like, if you keep like throwing him in when the team is doing well, does that help, or how do you keep him motivated?
His level of motivation is not questionable. I think that's one area where he is a very good professional. He does so many good things for the club, but unfortunately at the moment he's just not scoring. And we have a responsibility, all of us within the club. I even saw a very good gesture from Ronwin today. When he came in, he gave him the arm belt, because we want him back. We know what he can do for us, and we are still very confident he's going to score goals for us. He's just maybe one goal again away from changing the fortunes, and we are praying and training him very hard to try and make sure that we change this perspective. We are just looking for one goal, and I'm very hopeful that once he gets that goal, we will start to see the other good things that he's doing, because my wish is that he does not end up being too anxious, because he's trying to fight for that opportunity. Because even if it was to be a penalty or something that he can get just to get that first goal, for me it will be very important, because I think once he gets that first goal, he will settle again and start to score for us. And we are, all of us in the team, from all the coaches, the players themselves, the support staff, the senior management, everybody is trying to support him as much as we can, because we know how important Peter is in our squad, and we are hopeful that he will turn the corner, and we will always try to support him in pushing for that 10.
Coach, congratulations on tonight's victory. Coach, your team is playing a good football. They scored 14 goals in the last 4 games, and then they considered one. The next game you are playing against the team from Soweto. Can we see more goals from your side?
It's always difficult to preempt what is going to happen in the next match. It's our wish to see the team scoring goals. It's our wish to see the team creating a lot of opportunities, but with due respect, it's always important to give respect to the opponents, because you don't want to go in that match with a sense that you are entitled to get the result, or you are entitled to score goals. Because I think at the moment Chiefs is also playing well, and they are really a big force in South African football, and they still need to be given the necessary respect that they deserve. But be that as it may, we will try to give it our best shot and see what we can make out of it. Hopefully the gods of football will be with us to score those goals.
I think anything to do with Chiefs, there will be a press conference or some communication. So anything to do with Chiefs, let's reserve it, please.
My next one is almost in the middle. I was just going to say, having played on a Tuesday, you have got a few more days before Saturday. Sometimes it's Wednesday, Saturday, but at least you've got a cushion of a day. That can make a lot of difference at this level.
Yeah, that day is going to make a huge difference for us, because it's important to appreciate that, because since they are playing tomorrow and we have played today, we've got a bit of time for our regeneration and probably one more session in our tactical work to try and make sure that we refocus our attention and our structure towards the next match. But one must indicate that it's not going to be an easy match. They are going to be throwing everything at us. But it's good for South African football to have a match like that. I think it's always nice when all the top three teams are looking good. I think it's good for our football, and it also maximizes our chances of doing well even in the continental space, because it means there is more competition locally, which means the intensity of our local matches is going to climb a little bit, which will be very close to matching what you are expecting in the continental space. And I appreciate that a lot, because I think it's just good for our football.
I don't think there's any further questions because these are Chiefs, you know. Thank you, Coach Singaba. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
That's good.